Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sam. I am a professional hairstylist, and today I'm going to be talking about tipping etiquette. This is a requested video, and I was a little hesitant to record it just because I know that anytime you're talking about money and tipping specifically, it's like a very personal thing. Everyone has their own opinions on it, and some people it could just be a sensitive topic for some people. So please just keep in mind that these are just my own personal feelings and opinions on it. I am by no means trying to speak on behalf of every hairstylist or every person in the beauty industry, or saying that what I'm telling you is the correct way or what I think you should do. This is just sharing some thoughts, and hopefully this will kind of get a conversation going and you guys can let me know down in the comments what you think about it. So here's the thing, right? If you go out to eat at a restaurant or you order a drink at a bar, those servers and bartenders are getting paid typically a very, very low hourly wage, which is usually less than minimum wage. Speaking as somebody who has worked as a waitress before, they're getting paid shit hourly. And so it's expected that they're going to get tipped, and they rely on their tips in order to make a livable income. But anyway, we're not talking about the restaurant industry in this video. I just felt like I had to kind of get that out of the way as a disclaimer, because everything else I'm about to say in this video, I don't want you to think applies everywhere. So from here on out, I'm just gonna be talking specifically about the beauty industry. If you are going into a salon to get a service done, whether you're getting your hair done, your nails done, something like that. And these are just my experiences as someone who is a commission-based employee at a privately owned hair salon. So I know there's some stylists that get very offended if you don't leave a tip. And honestly, when I first started out, I was kind of that way too. I just felt if somebody didn't tip me or they left me a very, very small tip, I'd be a little bit offended by it. Cause I don't know, I just feel like in our culture, tipping is just such a normal thing. Anytime you're doing a service, you kind of just start to expect it, right? And I actually remember bitching to one of my coworkers and saying something like, I would never go out to get something done without having money to leave a tip as well. And looking back now, I cringe at that. I just feel like that is such a bratty, stuck up, unappreciative way to look at things. The thing is, for me, and again, I don't want you to think that all hairstylists or all people in the beauty industry operate the same way. So me as an employee, I am not the owner of the salon where I work, and I'm also not working independently. I am one part of the entire salon. So everyone that works in the salon, we all have the same standard price ranges for our services. Most of the time, employees don't really get much of a say in the service prices. However, if you're working at a salon where you feel like the prices are too low and you're not allowed to charge people what you feel like your services are worth, you have the freedom to go work at a different salon and go somewhere else where the prices are higher. If you're the owner of a salon, if you're renting the salon, you're booth renting, you're freelancing, majority of the time you are gonna have full control and say over what you're charging. So you can charge what you feel your services are worth without having to rely on being tipped as well. So if I was the owner of a salon, obviously every month I have bills that I have to pay. I have these overhead fees, the rent, the electric bill, the water bill, cost of products, whatever scheduling service that I'm using, the phone bill, internet bill, all of these different things. I know at the end of the month how many expenses I have. So then based on however many days a week I work and how many services I do on average in any given week, I know approximately how much I need to be making in order to pay all of my expenses at the end of the month and then still make a decent livable wage. So you can set your prices in a way where you don't need tips. You'll be guaranteed that even if nobody leaves you a tip, you still are gonna be good at the end of the month. So then at that point, any tips that you get are just gonna be extra. Now, by no means am I trying to say that I don't care about tips, I don't need anybody to tip me. I'm not gonna lie. It feels good. I feel like when you tip your hairstylist, it's just saying, you really went above and beyond. I really appreciate you. I love the work that you just did for me. Here's a little something extra to show my appreciation. And I'm not gonna lie, I try to go above and beyond and be absolutely amazing to all of my clients regardless. However, let's be honest, if I have a client that is always a really, really good tipper, If I have a week where I'm super busy back to back with people and they want to be squeezed in, it's more likely that I'll stay late for them or come in early or just do something to like really, really go out of my way. And I don't know, I mean, maybe that's bad to say, but it's the truth. But that's not to say that my clients who don't tip me or who tip me a lower percentage are not appreciated or that I treat them like crap. Because at the end of the day, if you're my client, you trust me, you come back to me regularly, you always pay the full amount for the services that you get done, I'm super appreciative. And any stylists out there that are feeling like you do rely a lot on your tips, if you have any control or say at all over what you're charging, start by increasing your prices a little bit. Get to a point where you're charging your worth and you don't have to rely on tips anymore. Yes, getting a tip is a really great feeling, but we shouldn't have to feel like it's absolutely required or necessary. Sometimes you just don't have any extra money to give. Or maybe you feel like, I'm already spending $200 to get my hair done. I don't really want to have to spend anything more than that, especially if it's just something extra and it's not required. And that's totally fine. There is nothing wrong with that. And no one should make you feel bad or uncomfortable because of that. Something that you can do instead to show appreciation to your stylist, if you can't or don't want to leave them a tip, is just tell your friends and family about them. Post a photo of their work on your social media and tag them in it. Refer them to other people, send some people to them. So those are my thoughts on tipping as a service provider. Now, when I'm a client and I'm going out somewhere, I always tip everybody. I just feel like as someone who has been working with the public, I know how hard it is to deal with the public and have a job where you're serving other people. So I try to always give at least 20 to 25%. Another thing to keep in mind too, if you are going to be tipping somebody, is if you can bring cash with you. Sometimes certain salons, if you're paying with a card, they don't give you the option of adding your tip onto the card. So then you won't be able to leave a tip at all. Or even if you are adding the tip onto your card, sometimes then taxes get taken out of it and it goes into the person's paycheck. So they're not even getting that extra money until like a couple weeks later, and they're not even getting the full amount that you want to leave them. So again, this is just like what I do personally. I'm not telling you what you should do, but me personally, whenever I go somewhere, 20 to 25% at least, and I try to always tip with cash. So yeah, I think that is gonna be it for this video. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to say, I think. Again, I have to reiterate, this is just based on my own personal experience. This is just my own opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. Every salon is going to be different. Every stylist is going to be different. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on tipping down in the comments, whether you work in the service industry or just from a client's perspective. I'd love to get a conversation going. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.